How far do I go? Where? How long have we been doing it? We're doing it for years, man. I think the first one came out like in 20 years.
One was. So there was. It was.
Head down to cars 3
Thank
and 4,
you.
guys. Head down to your right, cars 3 and 4.
With you that are so small their feet don't touch the floor of the tram.
Are
They need
you-
to sit in the center.
Say hi.
On the outside gates. That's for their safety. And everybody needs to.
It's one piece. You got the very best guide
Her name is CJ.
and the greatest drive.
His name is Juan.
They're the best. I love them. Even though it's
CJ.
supposed to be $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, bring your safety.
Yeah, safety rules. First, you need guest assistance during the tour. Like if you have a medical emergency. That's an NBC comedy series. It started the Making Competition series. When a soundstage is all closed up for filming, it's almost totally soundproof. That's where the term sound stage actually comes from. The front lot was home not too long ago to the GLAAD award-winning revival of Saved by the Bell. They filmed in stages 8 and 7. Up next on the left of The Fresh Prince. And seasons 1 and 2 of Bel Air currently stream on Peacock. All right, a funny show. We have some Minions coming up on the right-hand side, a celebrity sighting. I'll tell you why the Minions are there in a moment. On the left, you'll see some big on their lunch breaks. So we have all these sound stages on the front lot. We've seen quite a few of them. But we do have other buildings that handle filming something. Pre-production work like set construction, making props, renting out lighting equipment. That all happens in this big building coming up on the right. There's lots of fun posters on the outside of it. On the inside, though, it's a mill where they build sets that go into the sound stage. And they have lighting equipment that can be rented out to productions. Over on the left, we have bungalows. Those are offices for production companies like Monkey Paw. That's Jordan Peele's company. He wrote, directed the film Get Out, won an Oscar for the screenplay. His most recent movie in theaters was Nope, and we're actually going to see sets from Nope later on in the tour. You know, the bungalows were built to be used as dressing rooms for big movie stars that were in the back, and then the front part with the big windows, those are writers' rooms and dressing rooms, so it's all connected. The stages were exterior sets, and it's where we filmed it on a very massive scale. The first part of the back lot we're going to visit are the Metropolitan sets, or Metro sets for short. Back alleys, and every section here has its own name. They're sort of like little neighborhoods. You can almost think of them that way. Like coming up on the right, we have what we call Brownstone Street. There's some movies that are filmed there. Road Marty McFly was on when he had to get his DeLorean up to 88 miles per hour to go back to the future. We're now entering Courthouse Square. This was Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. So the courthouse to the left, that was the clock tower in Back to the Future. And we'll see a few other movies that have filmed here over the years. This area used to be called Mockingbird Square because To Kill a Mockingbird for Bruce Almighty. And this was the futuristic world of 2015 and Back to the Future 2, when we'll all have flying cars. Access to it on the studio tour, so it's great that we got to drive through it today. People ask us a lot, well, what do you do on the studio tour if they're filming in a particular part of the back lot, like Courthouse Square? Well, then we can't drive through Courthouse Square in New York, so he's going to talk about what it's like filming there.
On Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. What's got mugged over there? That's my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool, guys. I was just walking here. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. if you make it here on the Universal lot.
And we got our own New York City and Southern California. Big hit movies that filmed on this street, like Hobbs and Shaw, Captain America, the First Avenger, and Transformers. TV shows as well, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. On our street, you'll hear from an Oscar-winning filmmaker named Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made
Oh, here we go.
So I was thrilled with Universal inviting me back. It was great. Now we have this 3D immersive experience. Glasses, don't put them on yet. Just put them in your hand because we're about to return to Sky.
And of course, please stay seated and keep in mind King Kong. And we'll hear from some of the people at Weather Effects on 21 futuristic flying cars from Back to the Future 2. And then prehistoric Flintstones cars that are made mostly out of fiberglass, not real rocks. That would be really heavy. And picture cars are not just literal cars. It's entered on camera. Any mode of transportation, it counts as a picture car. So we have more unique ones here, like the gyrosphere from Jurassic World. It's missing its glass dome. That was added after filming with computer-generated imagery. We even have a boat, the Crawdaddy from Joe Font, the tethered version of himself. The big tank is from Transformers, and it's made mostly out of wood, just painted to look like metal. So picture cars don't even have to be really drivable, depending on what a filmmaker needs and what a scene calls. Thanks, John. That was nice. Okay, we're going to see a lot of... And there's a scene from The Lost World that features real rain is actually worse than useless for filmmakers. I'll explain why in a bit. They always have to use weather effects to get rain, so we're going to get a demonstration of that in our next stop. We're going into Old Mexico. These sets were featured in the fourth Indiana Jones film, Big Fat Liar with Paul Giamatti. And Lady Gaga filmed a music video for the song Judas. Go stop and enjoy a favorite.
Whoa, it's gonna rain.
Easy as that. It seems real because we have actual clouds in the sky, but it's not real. The rain is coming out of sprinklers. Sprinklers shoot the rain up a little so it falls more slowly than real rain can fall. Also, the raindrops are really big. We have flood. Mexico, we're going to head into the Old West. Our Western sets are called 6 Points. They can be seen in classic Westerns like Destry Rides Again with Marlena Dietrich, My Little Chickadee with Mae West. We've had TV shows here more recently, like the new version of Quantum Leap and Killing It, starring Craig Robinson. And I don't know that too many folks would associate Universal with the Western genre. That was actually our main genre when we first opened up our studio here on March 15th, 1915. There's some photos of opening day. Our company founder was Carl Lumley. There he's waving his hat around. And today, we watched silent movies as they were being filmed. And usually back then, you would have been watching Westerns. Maintained our Western set since then. But non-Westerns can film here. We've had... Up next, we'll see our big backlot sound stages. It's where The Voice films. Off to the left, out past the lake. That's the home of The Voice. That's also where the movie Us did some of its filming, starring Lupita Nyong'o. These sets often double for different European countries. Although in the NBC... This was also the maple leaf country of Genovia and Princess Diaries 2, The Royal Engagement. The genre that we're known for is the genre we invented, the monster movie genre. It's our legacy. But all those classic monster movies filmed here, like Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Wolfman, my favorite, The Invisible Man with Claude and family. They filmed there for about 9 years. The house is a practical set. Unlike a facade, a practical set does have an interior, so you can film inside and out. More recently, this is the home of The Influencer on Bel Air. Season 1, I believe, it started showing up as the home of The Influencer. But when Home and Family filmed there at the house, we could get really close to them. That was not disrupted because of personal belongings. And stay seated, of course. We're going to see a set in here that looks like a subway station.
We're good, yeah.
The set has been prepped for... We don't have to film. It's actually kind of productions don't have to have the titles if you don't want to. This is not a tremor, this is an earthquake. Hang on, please. The yellow and black Camaro